Morning, folks. It rained out here last night like crazy. We have been having so much rain and so much trouble keeping our pens dry, cleaning them. I've had to add dirt back into some of them, try and build them up, keep them from being wet. If you guys can see here, the water runs right down through here. We've got water that runs right through here. I've dug a ditch. I don't know if this pen here, we don't have anything in it. It's just a mess. I've got to get a tractor in here, but I dug a ditch from the sheep shelter all the way around so that it would drain the water out, because it comes down. This is downhill. The video does that good enough, but it's higher up there than it is where I'm standing. So that water just runs around. I have where the hay feeder is for the sheep, I have it built up so they've got a good place, and then I've put dirt back in the sheep shelter. I dug it out and cleaned out all the wet hay and stuff like that, and then I put dirt back in there. I've got to put some more back in there. Not an issue we're used to having around here. Just flooding and water all the time. I've got to work on my ditch. There is some water standing up there, but today we've got a little bit of running around to do, but we're going to go meet up with Anna. We're going to go out. I'm going to trim the boys, the horses over that's out on pasture. We're going to take them some feed, and we're going to trim them, probably ride them a little bit, get a little bit of video on that. So I'm going to take and get everything loaded, saddles loaded, all my trimming tools loaded, farrier equipment, that sort of thing. It is cold today. Not ready exactly for this quick of a change. Yesterday it was raining and cold. Today it's cold and overcast. I'd say it right now, it's probably in the high 30s, low 40s. So it's cold. From going from 70s and 80s. So I've got to get with it. I've got everybody fed. I've just got to get stuff loaded and get on with the day. Our welcoming committee is here. We finally made it out here. They are really long. I've got to trim them. We may get some rain, so I'm gonna have to get on with it and get these guys trimmed and cleaned up, and hopefully they're not too hard to catch. He's never hard to catch. Those two, a little hard to catch. They like to play games, but this old boy here, he's just a big old lover. Old Spurs come up running up here. He thinks he's gonna get something. He's right. My beautiful wife. I'm getting some hay twine. We're gonna use an old trick of feed and a hay twine.
You only have one?
No, I got one in my pocket too.
Okay.
If we can catch those two, we don't have to worry about spurs. So. I gotta get the feed out here and get these guys some feed buckets and see if we can't get them caught. Caught one. So we caught one. He may be a little harder to catch. When I brought the ton, I'd have something to tie to. Boy. Yeah, it's chilly. Miss Anna showed up. It wasn't too bad. Miss Polly caught Cowboy Blaze. He was a little bit jumpy, but we caught him. We don't ever have to worry about spurs. But I am going to trim Cowboy first, and I think Miss Anna's probably gonna ride him. Huh? Probably. Where's Cash?
He's right there.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Cassius. You wild dog, you. All right, so I got to get with it before we get rained on. Maybe we can get a little bit of riding in. Horses' feet are made to chip back. Once the outer hoof wall grows out long, it's made to chip back, and some of these are broke out, and people get worried about that, but it's actually the way they're designed. Right where they chip is right where I would take and trim them. He's so bored with it already. We're going to move him off this pasture here probably a week or so.
Here there's still grass. Down below. detangler.
Invest in some detangler.
Yes.
Now, one of the other things we're doing out here today is we're deworming the horses. Miss Anna's deworming. Give Rusty your dog. He'll lick it. We're deworming our... Cash goes, I don't know about that now. Boo, he just licks it. We're deworming them. We generally deworm about 3 times a year. You about got him clean, sis. There's a lot of hair on the ground.
He looks good.
A lot of mane. Yeah. That boy always looks good. Big old chunky boy. I got two feet done on Cowboy, and my back's already hurting. Like I said before, I don't know if I got it on camera or not. Trimming all these horses is a little bit ambitious for me today, but I'm gonna give it a good try anyway. All right, I got Cowboy done. I want to talk to you about 2 of the most important tools you can have as a farrier if you trim your horses yourself. Number 1 is a hoof gauge. It tells you the angle of the horse. This is hoof, and a measuring tape. I take measurements on my horses to see where their feet's at, see how well balanced they are, and I'll show you how this hoof gauge works. A lot of folks don't use one. It just helps me so that the next time I trim, I kind of know where they were at, and the measuring tape lets me see how big their foot is and if they're all matching. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna use this hoof gauge here on Cowboy, and we'll see how good my eye is. And I do mean eye, because my right eye, I'm blind in it. So here you go, Anna. Okay, so your hoof gauge has degrees on the front right here, and the angle of the hoof, you put this on the bottom and this along the outer hoof wall, and it would be like this on a horse, this along just like a horseshoe, and it will tell you the degrees of the foot. So I like to take and run balanced, keeping a horse at a 50 or 51 or 49, whatever people take and want, is kind of hard sometimes. So this one is at about a 52. I'm gonna come over here. So I'm putting this part, looks like a horseshoe, right flat on the hoof, and put it in the same place. And this one is at a 51. So there's about a 1 degree difference there on the front. That's not too bad considering they've been running out and they broke off their feet. So not too bad for a one-eyed fat man. We're gonna check this back one. Okay. This one is at about a 53. If I can read that correctly. He's farted right in my face. This one also is at a 53. So not a bad job. The back two are balanced, the front two are balanced. And my philosophy is the back feet should be shaped more like a shovel so that they dig, so they should have a wider base. In the front, they should be taking and hitting. They should be more round. They should be gathering dirt while the back feet dig. So that's what I try to do. We've had some issues with him in the past. He was turned out for a while, broke one of his feet completely off on the inside way back, and I had to trim him down. So he had one foot a little bit more smaller than the other one for a while, but I've got him back now. Come right in here, Anna. The other measurement I do, and you can see he's not completely balanced here. As far as you want the kind of your goal when you're trimming a horse is to get the same amount of hoof on both sides. So the coffin bone's in here and you want the same amount. He breaks over here, so he kind of pulls this that way, so I'm constantly having to bring this in, and it causes this to chip back here. So what I want is I want to measure across the widest part of the hoof. I'm about a 4 1/4, and I'm 4 1/2 to the back of the frog. So those are the measurements I take. Being a good boy, cowboy. I take those measurements. Oh, son. So I'm about a 4 1/4 across the widest part, which is the heel. Oh, son. He says, I'm done. And I'm 4 1/2 long. So a measuring tape and a hoof gauge will really help you keep your horse balanced. So now I've got to take and get, I don't know which one to trim, because I've only probably got one more left in me.
Whichever one's worse.
I'll trim spurs. Horse 2, I may not get to blaze today. It's got really cold. I'm about to go put a pullover on. I've got to get, spurs is really long, he's not chipping, but his feet are so solid, he don't chip. He just keeps getting longer and wider. He don't really chip. Blaze found the feed. Hey, hey, hey. Feed hounds. I'm gonna get this guy, and then I'm probably gonna try some new tack on this guy if I don't run out of daylight. Okay. Okay, my back needs another break. I've got 2 1/2 done on him. Yeah. And 1 1/2 done on him. Whew. My legs are killing me. So is my hip. Let's go over here and see what Miss Polly's doing. What are you beading, baby?
Oh, the earrings.
Oh.
To go with that necklace that I made.
Oh, you don't have the necklace with you though, do you?
No.
She made a necklace, was it 7 strand like that right there?
Yeah, 7 strand. So making earrings to match.
What do they call those? Corn loops? I don't know. Corn tassels? I've been out of the business a long time. I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't even know what it's called. I just make it. I didn't know there was a name for it.
Yeah, there's a name for it.
Yeah.
But she's putting together some earrings to match a necklace. Maybe we'll show you that necklace another time. But
And I'll make a bracelet to match too.
oh, cool. Yeah. So she carries around some beading supplies, and while I'm talking usually,
yeah,
or trimming horses or doing something, she's in here beading away, making jewelry. We got another craft show. When? This weekend? Next weekend? No, this weekend.
Is it this weekend?
It's this weekend. Saturday and Friday and Saturday, or just one day?
Just one day.
Just one day. Okay. Anna's out there riding around. Cash taking every step she does. That dog is linked to her by the hip. He's a good dog. He almost bit me today. I walked up unexpectedly around the corner of her truck at her house, and he come at me. He was on me quick. I'm glad she's got a good dog to protect her and be protective of her. Young lady. Got a good dog. I'm gonna get back after it. My knees are beginning to hurt. I'm trying to do both of them at the same time.
Oh God, you're gonna overdo it.
I'm gonna be tired, that's for sure.
Yeah.
When I was a young man, I could do this all day long. Now I barely can do these 3. So I'm gonna get back after it. All right. The rain is upon us, and I've got 2 feet left. This back leg on him, that back leg on him, on Blaze. I can't tell, I'm huffing and puffing over here. I was just working on him. When he gets down to his last foot, we got to take lots of rest, and I don't know if it's because he's tired or I'm tired. But 2 more feet, hopefully won't be too bad of rain. It's just sprinkling right now. A little bit of a light blowing mist. So get these 2 feet done. Miss Anna's had a good ride. That old man's just sitting there hanging out. I was hoping to get some new tack on spurs. May still do it, so I'm gonna get back at it. Alrighty folks, I got the horses all trimmed. My back is believing it too. Had a viewer, and I'm not sure who it was, sent us this heavy duty cart harness for spurs, and I've been dying to get it on him, but I haven't had the time. So I'm out here today. I'm going to harness him up and we're going to see how he looks. May not put it all on him. I probably won't put the bridle on him, but I'll put everything else on him and we'll see how he does. Not sure if you're the one who sent it, contact me. If you don't want it publicized, we did get another harness from our buddy Larry Strickler. He sent us a smaller one for like Blaze and Pearl, and we're really thankful for all our subscribers, all the gifts that they take and give. Not sure who sent this one, but we're really thankful for it, and I get to try it out. So I'm gonna go put it on spurs and see how it looks. Gonna be a lot of adjusting here at the beginning. Girth, collar. There's an over and an under. Pretty nice. I like that. I may fumble around here a little bit, getting this on him for the first time. All right, we have figured out, no matter how we arrange it, this harness is not going to fit him. It more likely fit Blaze, so we are just not going to be able to put it on him. Some people call this the saddle. It has the shaft hobbles. It's got a couple more down here that's supposed to come up, but I believe this thing is just too small. The breeching wouldn't reach all the way around him. The breast collar wouldn't reach all around him. This is your martingale up here. It's too short, so it's not going to fit him. So I'm going to have to, I bought some parts to build my own. I could probably use this saddle right here. I call it a collar. Could probably use that off of it and add a few more parts, but I could even probably use this if I just lengthened it out and put a different martingale on it. So yeah, back to the drawing board on that, but we'll still use it. We've got another horse right over here that he ain't going nowhere. So I think I'm gonna saddle him up and ride him around a little bit, and then we'll have to call it a day. It didn't rain on us, just a little bit, sprinkle. There's still more rain in them clouds though, I think. So while I still got a little daylight, I'm gonna enjoy it riding my boy around here.